And some cultures are very much more reverent towards things of the supernatural than others. If you speak to the South Americans, you speak to the Brazilians about Laura, I think that's the word that they use for mermaids, they're not going to tell you that this is a good thing. They're not going to say, oh, we have shows about it. What they will tell you is, my grandma went missing. My grandma went missing for 3 days because Laura took her. And when my grandma came back, her hair was much longer. The Laura had given her longer hair and things like that. These are the testimonies, the oral traditions that you find from certain societies. And then you come to this one, and there's the Little Mermaid, and there's the Mermaid Parade that they have in Manhattan every year. And then there's Luca, and then there's big shows. So the mermaids are even commercialized. They're on the t-shirts, they're on the hairpins. If you are a woman out there and you're walking into these stores and you're seeing mermaid bubble bath and you're thinking, oh my goodness, and you're buying that, whenever you touch the properties of Satan, Satan is coming into that house with you. I don't care if it's a t-shirt. I do not care. Please listen to me. If it is a mermaid pen with a little fishtail at the top, I don't care if it's a fishtail costume that you buy for your child to go and participate in Halloween is. When you touch Satan's properties, Satan is going to touch you. And you will find out that Satan has been touching you, not when you continue with his materials. It is when you try to break away. That is when the demons will begin to fight you. I once stopped a woman from buying a mermaid doll in the store. I was standing there in line, and I know that people are very rude in society nowadays. I knew that the chances were very high that that woman could curse me, that woman could insult me, that woman could tell me anything, but my spirit was moving me. My spirit was moving me so much as we were in line, and I was watching that mother holding that doll. The child had the doll, and the mother had a few other things. It was one of these home goods stores, but they have toys and everything. And I eventually said, you know, Lord, it's better to speak and perhaps prevent something than not to speak. And I spoke to the lady and I greeted her, and you know, she said, oh, hello and everything. And then I said to her, ma'am, do you know what that is? And she said, oh, it was a mermaid Barbie or something like that. She said, oh, you know, my daughter's been wanting this for a while and everything. And I said, yes, I know it's a doll, but you actually know what that doll is. And I explained to this lady, it was a black lady, and I said to her, these creatures are representative of very strong demonic spirits. Now, you may not be a Christian, so you may find it odd that I'm talking about demonic spirits and things like that. But I said, this doll is actually a tangible representation of an actual entity that exists. Mermaids do exist. And I said that when you bring these things into your home, it looks harmless, but you are actually creating doorways, and you're creating agreement with the beings that the toy represents. And when things start to go wrong in your home, it can cover a wide gamut. It can go all the way up to a car accident. It can go all the way up to serious sickness that can end in death. I told this lady a lot of stuff. And do you know what this lady told me? This lady told me that she was definitely one of those Christians that are not serious. So this woman, just from her conversation and the things that she would then say, I knew that this is an unserious Christian. This woman looks at me and goes, you know, I think it's a good thing that you said this to me, because she said that she had been on the internet trying to research something, and she came across a teaching about mermaids. That they are evil, that they are bloodthirsty, that they are not only tangible physical beings. These things are out in every water body that you want to think of, except maybe the family pool. And when they assimilate, they will be in the family pool. But they can be found everywhere, and they also move in a spiritual manner, meaning that these feminine spirits, mermaid spirits, can come into your dreams. They can attack in your dreams. They can mate with male and female in the dreams. These are the sexual dreams that so many people are having and just thinking nothing of it. These are marine spirits. So she said she had found a teaching on marine spirits where the person clearly explained what they are, that they are evil, that they are bad. And then later on, something her pastor doesn't normally talk about, he mentioned it in church. So this is a first witness this woman has had. She's had a second witness, but she still takes herself to a department store and then picks up a mermaid toy because her child wants it. And so I said, ma'am, You had 2 warnings. What if I'm not the kind of person who speaks to strangers? Why would you ignore God talking to you to do something just because that's what your child wants? And she looks at me and she goes, thank you so much. She was a very humble woman. She wasn't angry. She didn't curse me out. She reached and she snatched that doll out of her child's hand. And she said, I'm sorry, honey, we can't have this. This is not good for you. I'll let you go and pick another doll, but you can't have this one. And I tell you, that thing was already working on that little girl, because the look of unbridled hatred that that child gave me, she gave me such a hateful look, and I just stared right back into her little brown eyes like, not today, honey. And she went off to pick another doll, and that was the end of that.